Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Neuro and Avilo on Newkirk Precinct. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player from Root Gaming. It is Neuro! He has a Twitch channel, he's got a YouTube channel, links in the description to both of those. And in the bottom right side of the map, also on Twitch a lot, is our blue Terran player. It is Avilo. Little Doge logo there. That's his own personal brand, wearing a Russian or Canadian hat of some kind. That is a hat of cold weather climates. That's all I really know about it. So Avilo versus Neuro here should be good. Two players who are fairly popular on the channel. People like the Neuro replays. People like to see Avilo as well. Often known for his rage, but we'll see how he does in this particular game, if he lives up to that reputation or not. Hatch first. Out of Neuro Zerg. Barracks coming in from the Avilo. We do have Reaper names ready, in case that's what he's going for. We also have Oracle names, but this is not a Protoss-involved replay, so I'm fairly sure we just don't have any reason to use that list, sadly enough. Alright, what do we got here? Barracks just about to complete. Extractor pool here from the Neuro. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. I guess Avilo's probably not known for his 3 racks Reaper. There's no real reason to worry and go pool first against him. He's more of a meching player anyway. Although, he doesn't always do that. And sometimes he plays Zerg as well. I've seen him on his Twitch stream doing that. It is a Reaper. It is a Reaper coming out from Avilo. Does not seem to be super interested in moving around, but this guy's name is Gonzo. Gonzo's lifelong dream is to be the star of a hit vaudeville act. Unfortunately, vaudeville went out of style 800 years ago. After being thrown out of every theater in the Terran Dominion, Gonzo decides that only aliens can truly appreciate his brilliance. And the only way to get to aliens is across the front lines. Gonzo hopes that, as a Reaper, he can get to the hatchery, play a few songs, tell some jokes, and get a standing ovation before the Terrans blow it all to smithereens. Oh man, this Reaper has big dreams. He wants to go to the Zerg hatchery, get some appreciation from the Zerg as to his singing and dancing talents, and then have the Terrans win. But he's actually coming home. He's worried about early lings coming out from Neuro, which again is a fair concern. It's a fair concern here. SCV is being chased up to this third base possible location by slow lings. SCV trying to juke, trying to run, and the lings are eventually going to catch it based on this path. Oh, hiding the drone up top. Neuro, you sneaky Zerg player, you. Third hatch does go down, unbeknownst to the SCV that is running for his life. Reaper foregoing his dreams, hears the cries for help from the SCV, tries to come and save him. The SCV not doing a great job, I mean, going in the direction that he should be going. Oh, he does actually juke. He did hang out there, and the Reaper gets a ling kill, knocks that queen back. Oh, I thought he was going to toss down a KD8 charge. Did that not happen? I don't think that happened. Alright, so he doesn't actually get to sing his songs, but he does save an SCV, and he does kill a ling. So good job, Gonzo. Good job, Senor Gonzo. Double Hellion follow-up here from Avilo. Is Neuro continuing his queen play here? He does like getting a lot of queens. He's got 2. He will soon have 3. Gonzo, here it is. Here's the moment when he's going to sing his song to the aliens. Hey, guys, he's singing at the top of his lungs. La, 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 la. Doing a little jig, and oh. Ooh, Speedlings ended that dream very quickly for him. And that was it. He killed a single ling, saved an SCV's life, and that's going to be the end of his story. Lings moving out across the map. Speedlings from Neuro. He has 17 of them. Good heavens. 17 Speedlings this early means aggression. Absolutely the truth. This natural base might actually get shut down by these lings. I'm not sure the Hellions can save it. Here they come, getting right inside that mineral line. SCV's running for their lives. There are 4 Hellions, and it is enough to shove away most of the lings, not before they pick off. Did they kill the SCV? They didn't kill the SCV building that supply depot. Good job. Good job saving that one, Hellions. Hellions staying alive. Pretty good micro by Avilo, making sure none of those guys ended up dead. The SCVs could repair them as a thank you for saving their very lives, but instead they do not. Hellions' lives are not worth it in the eyes of the Terran Dominion. Blue Flame coming on the way for Avilo, being researched. And top left, Neuro's third base is still happily there. No need to really go for a 4th yet, as Avilo not shown many signs of going for a third base himself. Moving in with the Sloverlord, seeing the Hellions means there's not much anti-air, as it turns out. So Sloverlord gets some excellent scouting and sees the barracks double pumping something out of that reactor, says I'm probably going to die, as those are definitely Marines. Sees the factory. Whoa. What was that? Sees the factory with the tech lab and the researching tech lab there as well. Third command center under construction, basically walling off this natural base is what it is doing. And here go our Hellions. Hellions moving across the map from right to left here. Going to try to pick off some creep tumors, maybe try to kill some queens. Blue flame not quite done yet. 4 queens! 4 queens stabbing away at them. They're trying to bypass them. Ling's getting roasted alive by that blue flame. Another queen here. Like I said, Neuro loves his queens. Great split on these drones. Wow! Incredible split here from Neuro. The Hellions do get pinned in a corner and destroyed, but they do end up taking six drones with them. I just don't know if it was enough. I'm not convinced that was enough damage for how many Hellions he lost. It was 8. It was 8 Hellions that died there. Good gravy. Double refinery coming up for Avilo at his natural base mass factory. He's meching it. He is meching it hard. I've either already posted a true versus rough game or it's on its way. So a lot of mech on the channel as of late. I would say any signs of a fourth still? There we go. Fourth coming up to the right of the natural base for Neuro now. Creep spread pushing across the way as well. And at what point is Avilo going to move a third base and land it is going to be my question here. I don't know. I don't know. Thor's on the way from Avilo, triple pumping those factories as I previously mentioned. Widow Mines here as well. Widow Mines are always an excellent choice against Zerg. Good against Lings, good against Banelings, good against Roaches, good against Mutalisks. I mean, a lot of things that Widow Mines can handle from the Zerg swarm. Good unit. Good unit. Macro Hatch coming up at the third base, a location for the Neuro. Got Lings squeaking on up this north way. And I say squeaking because I in my head they kind of make a squeaky noise when they run, but maybe that is not accurate. Maybe I am misattributing some characteristics to them. Infestation pit on the way from Neuro. Getting Baneling speed, getting Pneumatized Carapace, getting Overlord speed there as well. Scouting Barracks showing up, checking out that fourth base of Neuro. Queens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 queens, all with a central focus of burning this barracks down out of the sky. He has 8, so it's not all of them, but it is most of the queens here trying to do this thing. Third base has landed for Avilo, being defended by a couple Hellions and a Thor. And some Marines there as well. Scouting Barracks gonna die right over this mineral line and falling and crushing several of the drones. Nope, that doesn't happen. It just explodes in midair. Instead, it looks like it falls on them, but that's just an optical illusion. It doesn't actually. Overseer scouting on in, gets picked off and killed by the Thor. Final shot. Thor gets the kill on that one. Tanks setting up its siege mode. Got Cyclones mixed in as well. Hellions can transform into Hellbats. And it's going to be Swarm Host. Swarm Host out of Neuro for the answer versus this mech that he knows Avilo is doing because of some well-timed well-timed scouts on his part. He knows all about these factories, and that tells him everything that he needs to know. Queens here defending this third base from yet another attempted Hellion run by. These Hellions just cannot buy a break, man. They're just trying to kill drones. That's all they're trying to do, but they're getting 0. That group got 0 drone kills. Speedlings and Queens, enough to shut them down. Did they scout the Swarm Host? I'm not sure if they did. Not positive, actually, that they did here. All right, so Swarm Host count is increasing fast. There are 9 of them. There are 4 more in production. Hive on the way, +1 missile attack being researched as well. Vehicle weapons level 2 on the way from the Avilo. From Sir Avilo. And what else are we working on here is the question of the day. That's about it. I mean, we're just looking at upgrades. We're looking at more Swarm Hosts. Getting +2. Is that +2 vehicle weapons? It is. +2 for Avilo. This early in the game, 9 minutes in, he is serious about his upgrades. And why not? Mech with better upgrades increases their effectiveness exponentially. From what I have seen, +2 ground carapace on the way from Neuro. Swarm Hosts showing up. Going to try to harass this third base with Swarm Hosts. Can they get there? Ooh, the army for Avilo. Did they see? They see it. They see it. The Locusts. Oh, they land up on top here to kill the Hellion. So they don't land at the third base. Interesting. I'm not sure if Avilo intended to do that. But that was a lot better for him than the alternative, I'd have to say. Hellbats are dying, but they're roasting a lot of Locusts with them. Again, they're free units is the thing. You got to kill the Swarm Hosts to make this really work. Oh, man. Swarm Hosts out in the open. This is not looking good for Neuro, ladies and gentlemen. These Swarm Hosts are completely unsupported. They are on cooldown for their Locust ability. They're trying to burrow. But there's the scan, and all of the swarm hosts are going to die, except for a group of 4 along this left side that may survive. Does avilo... Oh, he sees them now as they get up and try to waddle away home. Widowmine fires, hits. One of the swarm hosts does not actually kill them. And they manage to skedaddle back to a giant Ling Baneling Queen group. Here in between this 4th base and the 5th base, just to the north. Creep spread is getting shut down a little bit as creep tumors are being destroyed by this army with the scans. Ling's here checking to see if a 4th base is on the way. It's going to try to get here eventually, but it's not there yet. Ling's trying to get into the natural base, but Widowmines and tanks shut that idea down pretty quickly. I would say these Lings just not having much luck whatsoever with that harassment. I like the burrow Ling move here by Neuro, checking out potential base locations, burrowing Lings or pooping creep at them. So at least he knows when avilo tries to expand their swarm host. Replacement swarm host coming right up to this 3rd base, dropping locusts and running for their lives. Locusts getting right on top. Splash damage for tanks, doing some damage. That Thor exploded, I think, mostly due to splash damage from tanks. But either way, swarm hosts got their job done. And Vipers coming in for Neuro. Those are not infestors. Those are Vipers coming in. Adrenal glands are being researched as well. Corvid reactor and Ravid production has begun for Sir Avilo. Widowmine trying to fire on these Lings up here at this top base. Can't do it, though. Can't get a bead on it. Lings trying to run in and do... they're actually on a patrol mechanism here. They find a tank and surround it, taking it out very quickly, but the rest of the army shows up and says, get out of here. Get out of here. You very, very silly Zerglings. 190 to 160 total supply. Neuro has a nice lead right now. Greater Spire coming in. Spine Crawlers coming up. Where the heck is he making Spine Crawlers? Just in the middle here, middle of the map. It's very Wings of Liberty of him. Swarm Hosts trying to sneak on up to this area. Staging ground above the 3rd once again. Get some more damage done. Hellions scouting it immediately, saying, what up, Swarm Hosts. Locusts, again, coming back to deal with these Hellions instead of landing, I think, where they want to land. Widowmine's firing on the Locusts, thinning their numbers out very quickly, and that was extremely ineffective as far as those attacks go. Nidus Worm coming, Nidus Network. Ooh, Nidus Network here, just about to complete for Neuro. What's he planning on doing with that is the question of the day. It is definitely the question of the day here. Plus 3 ground carapace being researched by the Neuro. Triple pumping Ravens is avilo here. We got Lings. We got Banelings. We got them Vipers and the Corruptors. A group of Hellions tries to come on the creep and greatly regrets it as they are reduced to rubble. Seconds later, quintuple pumping Ravens is avilo now. All right. This could be interesting. This could be extremely interesting. Changelings trying to come in here and get a good scout as what's going on, but they are murdered from distance by the tanks before they can even change into a Marine. As it turns out, Overseer sitting here just below the left side of Avilo's main base. Just hanging out. Ravens say, hey, we see you. We see you there, and we'd like to kill you somehow, but I'm not sure that we can is the problem. Oh, there we go. Nidus Worm trying to come up here. I believe avilo sees it, though. He's got Ravens. He did have Ravens sitting right on top of it. There we go. Auto turrets being tossed on down, and there's that good timing. Wow, that worm died immediately. Avilo has done that before. He knew exactly what to do with those Ravens to make sure that worm did not pop. Locusts flying on up. They're almost expired. It's time for them to come south now and to actually attack this 4th base, but instead they fly to the top right side of the map and explode. That was a little tiny bit disappointing. Nidus Worms coming up on the low ground. Couple Lings popping out between that natural base and the 4th base. Again, not super effective. Some Lings are out, but they get cleared out by the Hellbats. No problem. No problemo. Broodlords on the way for Neuro. Another Nidus Worm gets exploded after a single Ling comes in and dies. Another Nidus Worm gonna erupt. Again, on the staging ground above the 3rd of avilo. He hasn't really taken much damage despite all the attempts that Neuro has made here. But here comes that Nidus Worm. And anything in there is the question. It's just Lings. It's just Lings that are in there. Is the idea. Another Nidus Worm coming up at Avilo's attempt at a 5th base up along this top right side. But he's ready for the worm. Trying to burn it down with Hellions. Is there enough DPS to make that happen? I don't think there is, especially not with the lings popping out. All right, so this is done. That base is a pipe dream. Neuro expanding to this base just to the left of the 4th of Avilo. Another worm dies, staging ground above the 3rd. And here are we doing Broodlords yet? Are we doing the Broodlords yet? It's Broodlord, Swarm Host, Queen, Ling, Viper, Baneling. Trying to do this thing. Banelings exploding on the Hellbats. That is what they were made for, doing extra damage versus them Hellbat units. But a nice Widowmine shot kills a bunch of the Banelings. All the Banelings that are remaining actually are gone now, thanks to Widowmines. He's going to push on in. Again, he's got the Broodlords. He's got the Vipers, possibly for Blinding Cloud. Seems like that might be a good idea. He's spreading the Broodlords. He doesn't want them clumped up. Basically, I think in case of Hunter Seeker, and yes, there are a ton of Ravens here, they could Hunter Seeker the crap out of everything here, but they're not actually engaging quite yet. I think he wants to make sure that Neuro is committing before he does anything. The Vipers, if they get Parasitic Bomb, they get some abducts down on these Thors, and the Thors get surrounded by Broodlings and largely die. Another Thor gets taken out. There are the Hunter Seeker missiles trying to transfuse the Broodlords and keep them alive. They take hits, but most of them do survive with the transfuses. Great job there by Neuro. Creep spread's not quite here, so the Queens are slow, but the Broodlords are slow anyway, so the slow march continuing to move on in here. Neuro is not dissuaded. PDD's being tossed down. More Hunter Seeker on the Queens this time, and the Broodlords transfuses on top of it. Is Neuro here. The Raven count is just kind of hanging out. Corruptors are killing them, slowly thinning their numbers. Locust landing, trying to add to their numbers in this situation. And the 3rd base is largely protected by a few siege tanks and a couple Thors. Isn't enough is the question here. Replacement Broodlords coming in. There are still 5 of them in the sky, though. Parasitic Bomb being tossed down on the Ravens, trying to split off the one that is parasitic. It does get killed. Broodlords raining on fire on the 3rd base. It's 194 to 130 total supply here. 3rd base completely abandoned by Avilo now. Broodlings owning the ground. Missile turret trying to kill an Overseer, but Broodlings make quick work of it before it can really do too much damage here. Broodlord count is now currently 11. That's a lot of Broodlords, and the Ravens are trying to do it, but it's just, I don't know if it's enough is the problem. Locust landing, killing auto turrets. Broodlords walking up the ramp into the natural base as well. Locust killing supply depots, not supply blocking Avilo because he has a lot of supply, but still causing him massive amounts of trauma here. Hellbats desperately trying to hang on. Nope, can't do it. Cannot do it here. The Broodlords are taking damage from the Vikings now. There's nothing really stopping this. The Corruptors need to get involved at some point here. Corruptors, go. Come on, you can do this thing. It's not working out super well, as the Corruptors are kind of distracted by the Ravens at the same time. But the supply for Avilo is just plummeting, and the Ravens are gone. That's it. That's it. Avilo mad about the free money that Neuro gets. Free money from the Swarm Hosts. And the only reason this game is even close. There's the rage from Avilo. There it is. Mad about the free units that come for Zerg. And you know what? It's fair. I'm going to say it's fair, as they are really essentially free units on a long cooldown, mind you, but still pretty darn free. All right, so that is going to be it from me. Nice patience by Neuro, making use of, again, an incredibly varied composition here. I mean, what did he make in the end? Viper, Swarmhost, Corruptor, Broodlord, Overseer, Ling, Baneling, Nidus Worm. Did he make Roaches or Hydras in this game? I don't know that he actually did. He actually managed to do that at all. Nope, he didn't. He didn't. So anyway, pretty darn diverse nonetheless. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.